Abby Lee Miller is now speaking out about Nia after the release of Nia's new book, a book where she directly calls out things Abby did to her during the Dance Moms era. And we're not stopping there, because someone else also called Abby out on Instagram this week. Plus, Sydney Sweeney had a moment on Jimmy Fallon that left everyone confused. Like, wait, that's what you're scared to say? But not all the other things? And yes, we're also getting into Trisha Paytas teasing that she's joining a brand new TV show. A lot went down this week, and we're diving into every bit of it. Hey guys, it's Ava Hart. Welcome back to the weekly Teep. You guys, have you ever felt completely overwhelmed before an exam, staring at endless pages of notes, unsure where to even begin? Well, today, I want to introduce you to Raina AI, the smartest, easiest study tool I've ever come across. Raina allows you to simply upload your class notes or any text, and within seconds, it magically transforms them into interactive quizzes, flashcards, and even practice tests. It's like carrying your very own AI tutor in your pocket, ready to help you 24/7, anytime, anywhere. No more wasting time guessing what to study or feeling lost in your preparation. Raina helps you focus on what really matters and tracks your progress step by step. And the best part, it's super beginner friendly. You don't need any tech skills at all to use it. Whether you're a student aiming to boost your grades or just want a smarter, more efficient way to learn, Raina AI is your new best friend. Check out the link in the description below to try Raina AI for free right now. Trust me, once you start using it, your future self will thank you for making the smartest study choice ever. So let me just talk about the top creators I apparently watched the most this year.
Oh, it's crazy, but it's my biggest part to date, and it's the biggest show to date. I shouldn't say anything more. That's it. But I already said show. But okay. Well, anyways, that's it. That's all we're saying. If it's probably the same as Euphoria. I don't know. Okay. But it's a bigger part. But we love Euphoria. Anyways, okay.
Because you guys, my main YouTube account, the one connected to all my TVs, I was ready for it to tell me my top channels were Ordinary Adventures, Magic Journeys, and that my top searches were cruise videos and mukbangs. I was fully prepared for that. But on my phone, I didn't get one. I refreshed so many times thinking it would appear, but nothing. And listen, I watch a lot of YouTube. Like late at night, I'm literally sitting there glued to cruise videos. The food alone, especially on Disney cruises, hypnotizes me. I'm locked in. But since I didn't get a recap, I felt low-key left out of the party. Still, seeing all of you tag me in yours made my whole week, so thank you so freaking much. Anyway, let's get into this week's news. We're starting with Trisha Paytas because she dropped a huge announcement. Trisha performed her Christmas shows in California this week, and during one of them, she revealed she's been cast in another show. She didn't give details, but she said it's probably similar to Euphoria, only a bigger role. So of course, people started speculating. What show? What genre? Could this be The White Lotus? Trisha has talked about loving that show for ages. Honestly, I could totally picture her playing Tanya's long-lost sister or some chaotic cousin. The guesses were wild. And honestly, with Trisha, it feels like anything she speaks into existence eventually happens. She's manifested The White Lotus so many times that it almost seemed obvious. And since she mentioned Euphoria, which is huge and on HBO, people were like, White Lotus is on HBO too. Fans' guesses included, White Lotus, I will cry. She'd be perfect for White Lotus. If it's White Lotus, I'm screaming OMG. Manifesting her in AHS 13, Masked Singer. So yeah.
TikTok trend involving numbers. Everyone says it, it's not 41.
Oh, I can't say that.
No, you can say, no, go. Subtract two, I think, from what you're saying.
No, I can't say that either. That's the trend. Wait.
No. There's a number.
I know, is it?
It's not 66.
I know, but I feel like I'm gonna.
No, you can say it. It's not 68.
I know it's 67.
Yes! Three Labubu's.
Not every guess was White Lotus, but the hype was real. But later this week, I started leaning away from the White Lotus theory because a clip went around of Trisha filming at an airport, and people claimed it was for Hacks. And honestly, it kind of makes sense. Hacks brought on Jake Shane last season, so casting Trisha next wouldn't be surprising. People also said it could be an amazing race style segment they were shooting. Airport filming lane kind of fits that vibe too. So at this point, we just have to wait for the official announcement, or for Deadline to spill it. Either way, Trisha popping up in every universe universe is crazy. And I still want to know how she plans to appear in Euphoria. Like, where does she fit into that storyline? We'll see. Now on to Sydney Sweeney, who always seems to have something headline-worthy going on. At this point, the 2025 Teacup should honestly be renamed the Sydney Sweeney Recap, because she keeps giving us stories nonstop. Ever since the jeans ad, it's been one thing after another. Interviews where people don't like what she says, drama around dating Scooter Braun, and just constant conversation about her. But this week was a twist, because for once, Sydney was afraid to say something. And people were like, wait, her? She's scared to speak? She was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she refused to say, ready? 67. They were playing a guessing game where Jimmy had to get her to describe a scene happening behind her. 3 LeBoos doing the 6-7 hand trend at a McDonald's drive-thru. Jimmy explained it was a TikTok trend with numbers, and when Sydney realized what he wanted her to say, she reacted like he asked her to drop a literal slur on national TV. She was stumbling like, I feel like it was giving. I'm about to get canceled for this. But eventually she said it. Apparently she'd seen people getting in trouble for doing it. I personally haven't seen a single example of that anywhere. Some fans tried defending her, saying, I think she thought he meant 669. But that wasn't it, because in the clip, Jimmy literally says, not 669, and she replies, no, I know. She knew exactly what number he meant. She just thought saying it might get her in trouble. People's reactions were hilarious. She's scared to say 67, but not my jeans are blue. The genuine fear in her eyes. The idea that 67 is dangerous, but the jeans ad wasn't. And my favorite, the most accurate comment ever, 2025 in one photo. The fear on her face was honestly wild. But anyway, that was Sydney this week. Now let's get into Abby Lee Miller. What's being said about her, and what she's saying about Nia. Longtime Dance Moms fans know the experience left deep marks on the girls. And in her new memoir, Bottom of the Pyramid, Nia opens up fully about what it was like growing up under Abby and the show's producers. Nia says she often felt isolated and excluded, like Abby treated her differently from the other girls in ways that made her feel less than. She writes that Abby gave her fewer opportunities, pushed her to the background, dismissed her efforts, and even when she succeeded, Abby downplayed it. Basically, Nia is confirming what so many viewers felt watching the show. She was almost always at the bottom of the pyramid, always made to look less important, and it was painful to see. Fans have revisited her old dances, asking, why was she doing this dance? Why was it titled that? How was this allowed? Nia also writes about a time she was working on music, and Abby allegedly offered Aubrey O'Day $10,000 to stop mentoring her. She says the moment was filmed, but producers allegedly edited it out to protect Abby and the show. She describes racist and stereotypical comments Abby made about her body, hair, and background, including Abby reportedly saying black people are predisposed to having flat feet. When Nia struggled to point her toes, Abby said, if you don't point that foot, I'm going to come over there and break it. She also remembers Abby asking, don't you wish you had white girl hair? There is no excuse for any of that. Nia shares even more, including body-shaming moments, plus an incident where producers bought the girls iPads the day after Abby made such an inappropriate comment toward Nia that they felt they had to make up for it. And now that the memoir is out, Abby is responding. She told TMZ that she remembers things differently, and that she believes she did a lot of good for the girls. Honestly, not shocking. Abby has always dismissed the girls' experiences. And with people around her like JoJo Siwa saying, yeah, she was hard on us, but she gave us a career, Abby uses that as a shield. But people can have completely different experiences. Abby has never owned up to what she said or did on that show. Her vibe is always, I made these girls, end of story. You had a bad time? Oh well, they were kids. She was even asked if she planned to press charges over anything Nia wrote. She said no, because it's free speech, but insisted she simply remembers events differently. Which, fine. If that's how she and JoJo choose to view the past, that's their version. But we're not done with Abby yet. She did something bizarre this week, and Neil Patrick Harris called her out for it. She posted a heavily face-tuned picture of the two of them. And when I say heavily, it looked like she asked AI to generate a fantasy version of herself next to Neil Patrick Harris in a fur coat. It seems like she tried to retouch herself, and it automatically retouched him too? No idea. But the filter on his face was insane. She somehow looked more normal than he did. And honestly, why Facetune someone else without asking? That's so awkward. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, so you think I look bad? It was such a weird choice. And she posted it proudly. Neil Patrick Harris commented, what did you do to my face? Completely valid. People said, Neil, why did you let Abby do you like this? I know she's rolling backwards in her wheelchair reading these comments. Abby, why would you do that to Neil? Even Facetune's own account commented, Abby, let me proofread your post next time. Baby gorgeous. Honestly, I'm still shocked she posted it, but but it's Abby. She does whatever she wants and doesn't care what anyone thinks. So that's everything Abby got called out for this week, plus her response to Nia. I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Sydney refusing to say 67, Trisha's mystery show, and Nia's revelations about Abby. Tell me everything in the comments. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys!